Hi, my name's Sean Wright and welcome to my workshop. I'm in my workshop because I couldn't be on the SummitCast with you tonight, so I thought I'd shoot a little video for you. And I got kicked out of the upstairs because that's where all the family is. In that family is a 12-year-old Boy Scout, and I have a 7-year-old who's going to be in Cub Scouts in the fall. Pretty excited about that. Now, to pay for my scouting hobby, I'm in marketing and advertising. I've been doing this for about 30 years now. When I first got back into Cub Scouts, I realized we did a really poor job of communicating with each other, with our chartered organization, and with scouting in general, and the community. So I decided I'd do a little website for the pack. That led me to do a site for my troop and for the Vulcan District. Now, let me tell you a little bit about my philosophy on building websites. Don't get wrapped up in the look. I had another scouter who called me up one time and said, "I love your theme. I'd love to know what your theme is." I said, "Sure, I'll let you know, but don't get so wrapped up in that." And let me tell you a little bit about what a theme is. The theme sits on top of the program that you've done your website in. In my case, it's WordPress. So a theme is just something that makes it look nice and looks a certain way, and there's thousands of them out there. I said, don't worry about the theme. It's not about the theme. It's about the story. And that's what I want you to focus on. So when BSA President Robert Gates pointed out in his acceptance speech, I think our marketing needs to be focused on local media, he's right. We have the stories and we need to tell them. We don't need others telling our stories for us. And if you're in a troop, you've already got scribes and you've got historians. It's their job to do it anyway. When you see something that says put together a scrapbook, that's a website now. So give them something to do. So let me give you a little focus on your website when you're putting it together. I think you need to really work around three things actually. First is ease of use. You need to be able to get around it. You need to be able to find things. Don't bury stuff in folders and 2 and 3 layers deep. It needs to be easily found. Second is you need to tell your stories. Now, what could a story be? Well, let's say you're taking these tigers like I'll be doing. You're going to take them on a hike. So your story is, we're going on a hike. 2, we've been to a hike. Here's some pictures we've taken. 3, this is what we learned on our hike. 3 stories, 1 event. So, and finally is you need to have, it needs to be timely. You need to be able to find the information. You know, this is the time that our hike's going to be at. This is what we need for our hike. Those things can be found easily. So with that in mind, I'd like to show you 3 sites that I've put together here at the Vulcan District. So I'm going to show you 3 different websites. One for the pack, one for the troop, and one for the district. And I'm going to blow through these pretty quickly. The first one is the pack. It's also the oldest one I've done for a scouting unit. It's been going on for about 5 years now, and every time we do a story, we post it on here with a nice picture. I'm no longer with the pack, but the unit leaders have taken it over and they're continuing to post. This is a traditional blog format, which is the newest stories first, and it's in reverse chronological order. So the next time they post a story, this Weeblo 2 crossover will move down to the next spot. We have information about the pack that we want to share. And you can see that in the menu bar, in the yellow menu bar at the top. There's an About Us page, a calendar, photos and videos, Join Us page, downloads, and current leaders. On the right side, you'll see a big Join Us button because we want people to join our pack. And if you click on that, it'll take you to a page that'll tell you exactly how to get started. Below that, we have the pack calendar. This is linked to our Google Calendar. So if anything is updated, it automatically gets linked up here. When parents want information, they come straight here, they find out where it is. Now, most of these stories are about things that have happened already, but it can also be posts about what's coming up and things like that. So there's the first one, pretty straightforward. The next website is for Troop 97. It's basically the same thing. It's got the same information, the About Us, the Join Us, the calendar, things like that. It's just a different look. Instead of having the blog on the front page, we've got more informational things. So we have a big picture, tell who we are, a little welcome message from the Scoutmaster, Below that, some troop history, a link to the Facebook alumni page. We've been around for 60 years, so we've got a lot of history, and we want to share that. We want to get people to come back and be part of our troop. In this red section is our blog stories. The last story we wrote was on the Sipsey Wilderness trip. There's a Scout Sunday page. And then there's a bullet point listing of other stories. This is a pretty new website, so we don't have that many stories, but we'll be engaging our scribe and our historian and getting them to actually tell the stories and write these things. It's their job anyway. This is their scrapbook. This is a great place for them to be able to do that. Below that is the troop calendar, but instead of that listing on the pack calendar, it's in a calendar form. And then below that, we've got a bar for new scouts. If you want to sign up, you click on this. It'll take you to a page with all the information you need to sign up, all the forms you want to fill out before the first time you come. And we have a payment page. We have a square.com account. So if you want to pay your dues, if you want to pay for that camping trip that's coming up, you can go here, click on it, pay with your credit card. You're going to get charged 2.75%, but sometimes it's a little easier to do that and less painful than having to remember to write a check and get it up there in time. And then we have a little bit at the bottom about who we are. This would be the footer section. So there it is. That's the troop page. Now, the Vulcan District page. This is similar in style to the pack calendar, but we have a lot more information going on here. Now, we set this up so that you could find the information you needed the fastest. So on the front page, we've got this scrolling images, which are big events that are coming up, which we want to be, right in front of you. We want you to be able to see that and go straight to it. We have our district calendar down the side. And if you notice, the district calendar is broken up into two. I've got a basic calendar and I've got a training calendar. Both of those are using Google Calendar. We have multiple people who have access to it, so if something needs updating, it gets updated pretty quickly. We have a little bio about who we are, and then we have some buttons below that. Quick buttons so you can get involved in Vulcan District. There's a place to submit your story. So if you don't know how to get your story to me, press this button. It'll take you right there. You can donate to Vulcan District. Find out who your Vulcan District Key 3 is, who the district executive is, and his contact information. There's the committee. Everything you need is right there. Now, in this gray section below is your footer bar. Again, it's another About Us page. It's some contact information. It's our recent posts. The last post we have there are the results from the District Pinewood Derby. There's a scholarship application that we're asking for. Next to that is a link to our Flickr account. When we take pictures, people send us pictures, we try to put it out on our Flickr account. These are the last 6 pictures that have been posted. You click on one of those, it'll take you to the Flickr site. And that final section over there is the sign up for the Vulcan email list. You want to get on our email list, put your name on this, and we'll get it right out to you. Now, we also organize things so that you could find it a lot faster. So we have an adult training page. Well, what does that do? It lets us know how we get trained. Here's the requirements. Here's how to go online and take it through my.scouting.org. Here's roundtable information. You want to find out about training events? We'll send you to the activities page. Here's ways to earn your knots, other information. Everything is right there. So I mentioned the activities page. Let's jump right over to that. These are those main events that are happening yearly in Vulcan District. Advance-A-Rama would be one of those. Baloo training. You want to find out information about Baloo training? It's right here. It never changes. It's got the same URL address year after year after year. You don't have to sort through the 2014 and the 2013 versions. There's your Boy Scout leader training. Everything you want to know about the training is there. If we don't have an event coming up, we'll post that. There's the Cubmobile Derby. There's the Adult Leader Recognition Banquet that we just had. There is the Vulcan Service Day 2015. There's all this information that's there in your activities page. Now, we skipped one right here. This is Life to Eagle. One of the big things that people want to find out is, what do I need to know to help get my son to get his Eagle Scout? So here we have the links to the Eagle Scout Service Project Workbook. There's a guide to new Eagle Scout Service Project Workbook. There's the short guide to the Eagle Scout Service Project Workbook. There's all sorts of things that relate to the Eagle Scout rank advancement. You can find it on this page. There's the calendar, which is just a different version of what's on the side. And then the blog news page. We're trying to put information out there that will be helpful to you. This information is also getting posted on our Facebook account, so we're using this in a couple of different ways. In some cases, the same information is being printed on flyers and handed out. We're trying to touch people in multiple ways. But it's that same blog format that we saw on the PAC calendar. There's the Pinewood Derby results for 2015. There's some Philmont scholarship applications. There's the March Roundtable, which we had to cancel. Many things like that. So everything's here in one place, but we're telling our story and we're trying to get that information out to everybody. I hope by seeing these 3 different versions of our website, it may help you as you design and put together your own unit website. But again, remember, don't worry about the theme. Don't worry about the look. Make sure it's usable, it gets updated, and your stories are being told.